It's day 11 of converting our Volkswagen Crafter into our very own camper van. It's finally the day we're putting in all of our windows, which we're extremely nervous about. We started off by going around the window frame with a drill to mark out where we're going to be cutting. I even had a go at using the drill, which, to be honest, I'm not doing too bad considering I'd never used a drill before this van conversion. Once we had marked the outline of the window frame with the drill, we then went ahead and joined up all of the holes together to mark an outline. And then Josh went ahead and used an angle grinder to cut out all of the beams on the inside of the window. I definitely stayed back for this part. We then moved on to cutting out the hole for the window. We used a jigsaw for this, but then we soon realised we forgot to add masking tape up around the side of the van. By adding masking tape, this stops the jigsaw from scratching the metal. We then added duct tape to all of the areas that had already been cut, as this stops the vibrating and the metal flapping around. We then removed the duct tape, and then we officially had a massive hole inside of the van. We then went ahead and filed the window, and then we added the Rust-Oleum paint to all the areas that had been cut. We then added the U-channel to the window cut out. I'm not gonna lie, everyone makes this look so easy, but it was so hard. Once the U-channel was fitted, we just went around with a mallet to bash in any areas that were a bit loose. And we added the primer to all of the outside area of the window. Once we had added all of the primer, we then had to start adding the adhesive. We would definitely recommend to heat up the adhesive with a heat gun or leave it out in the sun, as it's extremely stiff. Once the primer and the adhesive had been done, we then stuck some duct tape around the window, ready for when we placed the glass on. And then was on to the scary bit of actually putting the glass on side of the van. You definitely need 2 people to do this job. After a lot of adjusting and taking it in turns to stand back and look at the window, we finally had a window on. And as you can see from my reaction here, I was petrified to let go of the window. And that was our first window all fitted. It definitely helps to have the duct tape ready to stick straight on. And then we started on the back 2 windows by doing the exact same process as the one we had just fitted. The U-channels on these back windows were a lot easier than the side ones, as the metal's a lot thinner. And there we had it, the back 2 windows were all fitted on the van, and they've made such a big difference. By the time we had added the last window on the sliding door, we basically felt like we were window fitting professionals. And it definitely gets easier. So happy with how the windows have come out, and it's definitely taken our van to make it look more like a camper van. Please make sure to give us a follow to support us on this long journey ahead. Oh, and if you're adding windows to your camper van, good luck, because it's definitely not as easy as it looks.